Well, without further ado, I'd like to welcome you to a Super Saturday. We just wanted to do this call to kick off the beginning of the month, bring you guys all up to date with what has been going on. We know it has been very quiet, but as usual, there is always a lot going on behind the scenes. We are very, very, very close to liftoff. Firstly, I want to congratulate everybody who's been participating in our current promotion. So as we know, the loot box promotion has now finished as of the 31st of March. So we've got on the top 10, we congratulate Tracy Marley from Australia. Well done. Please excuse me with the pronunciation of names. I might just stick with the first one. We've got Yukio of Japan, Andreas from Thailand, Sakamoto from Japan, May the Brownie, Australia. Whoa, is in the house. Well done at number 5. We've got Harry from Finland at number 6. Katya from Finland at number 7, Nolene, another Aussie in the house at number 8, David Newton at number 9, and another Aussie, Stella, at number 10. Congratulations to all of you. We will arrange for all of your winnings to be distributed to your account within the next 30 days. And on that note, I want to hand over to Dave in a moment. We, as you may be aware, the pool token part of the promotion will be ongoing until all of the pool tokens are gone. And we wanted to take this opportunity today to really take a deep dive into that promotion to help you guys to understand the monumental value that you can gain by participating in this part of the promotion. So we're heading into April. We're looking at a big push out come May. So this really is your last opportunity to capitalize on those magic little pool tokens. So it is 1st of April, we know, but there is no jokes on this call when it comes to the value of this pool token promotion. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Dave. Thank you so much, Dave, for heading up this breakdown for us. I suggest, guys, listen very carefully, take some notes while we go into this deep dive.
Awesome. Thanks very much, Amanda, and thanks for all your support in getting this put together and helping us round out that loot box promotion. So very exciting to be able to now shift streams and have a look at the pool token promotion. So let me just set a little bit of context. We know when we acquire loot boxes, we're tapping into potentially 4 different digital assets. And each one of those digital assets has staking bonuses. So the first one, the NFT cards, those staking bonuses are going to kick in when people use the lifelines or the premium features in the game. So they're a little bit down the track yet, but definitely there's some advantages in having NFT cards. When we go pay to play, then we should start seeing some advertising on the platform. That's what allows people to continue to access the games for free. And of course, if you're gold loot box or higher, you've got access to those NFT spaces and you get your staking bonuses from the advertising. Then we have our 2 digital assets in terms of the tokens. So we've got our super token, and the super token, currently valued at 20 cents, gets a 10% staking. So as revenue flows through the platform, 10% is put to one side and distributed proportionally out to the holders of the super token. But what I wanted to talk about today and focus on are those pool tokens. Now, pool tokens normally are available for gold, platinum, and diamond loot box holders. However, with the pool token promotion that we're running, it's not exclusive. So if you are entry, bronze, or silver, you have an opportunity to get access to those pool tokens. But what does that mean? So the pool token pool gets access to 7.5% of all of the revenue going across the platform. The background. So there's been 2 batches of pool tokens. The first batch completely sold out, and they will be fully seeded by June of this year. And that means they've expanded the number that they were going to expand to. Batch 2, 5,900 or just a few above, remain right now. And we know when we acquire a loot box, if it's a gold loot box, we get 1, and the seeding will grow that to 10. Platinum, we get 13. The seeding will grow that to 130. And at diamond, we get 70, and the seeding will take that to 700. You can monitor and track the pool tokens through the Performance Super Pool. And what we're looking at here, everybody has access to this in their back office. The important numbers, the pool tokens that have been issued in the loot boxes plus the seeding are aggregated here, the total pool tokens. So this snapshot was taken a couple of days ago, and this is the number of active pool tokens. The number in green is the number that in the previous 24 hours had been allocated either through sales of gold, platinum, diamond loot boxes or through the seeding process. And as we can see here, 7.5% of the net revenue is passed into the pool. So at the moment, that 7.5% of net revenue is being shared amongst 275,000 pool tokens. That number will grow until it gets to 600,000, and then that's it. It will not grow anymore, but the bonus remains 7.5% allocated amongst that 600,000. Now, for your own participation in this, here's a snapshot of an account that has 2 pool tokens. How can I tell that? It's 8 minus the 6 equals 2. So that's how many pool tokens were allocated in gold loot boxes to this particular account. Now that's going to continue to seed for a full 12 months after the last pool token was issued, and it will stop when it gets to 20. And this account, if it doesn't acquire any more pool tokens, will have 20 out of 600,000 and share 7.5% of that net revenue. We know from our presentations that we have the estimate around 3 million players spending just $1 a day. Let's focus on the pool tokens. Each pool token under this scenario can expect a yearly token bonus of $62.50. But what does that mean? If you buy a gold loot box today, when it's fully seeded, 1 goes to 10, so it's $62.50 times 10, a yearly bonus of $625. The account that I showed you on the previous slide, that will stop at 20 if we don't get any more loot boxes in that one. That is in line for $1,350 in yearly bonuses. A brand new platinum today, 8,000 in yearly bonuses. A brand new diamond today, 700 pool tokens once fully seeded, 43,000 for that particular account. So please understand, these are big numbers, but they are realistic based on that 3 million players spending just $1 a day. And I don't think we're very far away from all of that coming to fruition. But it's more than just the yearly bonus. What about the value of the tokens? Now, the market ultimately will decide the value of the tokens, and it will decide the value predominantly based on the performance of the token. So that's the yearly token bonuses that come through. Based on our 3 million players at $1 a day, we anticipate a pool token could be as high as $3,000. What that means is if you've got 10 of them, that's 31,000 in value. Now, 10 of them is a gold loot box fully seeded. You've only spent $1,000 to get that gold loot box, and now you're potentially sitting on $31,000 worth of assets. The account that I showed you on 2 slides ago, we know we'll get to 20. That's 62,000. The platinum purchased today, that's potentially going to raise to 400,000. And the diamond, that's a big number, $2 million. And those numbers are realistic in the space of crypto. So let's focus in on this pool bonus that we're currently running at the moment. The way you participate. If you can sell 2 gold loot boxes, and how that works is somebody who's directly connected to you, if they acquire 1 gold loot box and another person acquires a gold loot box, that's 2. You could have 1 person getting 2 themselves. They will get the pool tokens in their account, but you will also get 1 pool token in your account. Now, if it's 2 platinums that you can sell and they need to be sold consecutively, you will get 5 pool tokens. If it's 2 diamond, you'll get 25 pool tokens. And yes, every single one of these pool tokens is seeded 1 to 10. which means the 2 golds will end up with 10, 2 platinums end up at 50, the 2 diamonds end up at 250. But it's not just about that. It's what are those pool tokens potentially worth going forward? You sell 2 gold, that's the base amount to get active in this promotion. You get 1 pool token when it's fully seeded. That has a potential yearly bonus of $625 and a potential value of in excess of $31,000. Nothing to be sneezed at. But in the process, you can also get up to $600 in cash bonuses, and you get that instantly. So the direct bonus we know is 10 cents, 10% of the value of the sale. You've sold 2 gold loot boxes, $2,000, 10% of that is $200. Depending on your binary qualification and where that the account sits that acquires those loot boxes, you could get either another $200 or another $400 in direct payments. You might get a token binary bonus, but there's a possibility to get up to $600 in cash bonuses, as well as the pool token, and then also to qualify for the airdrop, which I'll go through in a moment. Some accounts may also qualify in this process for matching bonuses. And of course, everybody who is holding pool tokens will get a little clip of the ticket through the super pool bonus. And now the second part of this, everybody that directly sells the minimum 2 gold packs participates with all of their pool tokens in the 1 million super airdrop. And this is triggered when all of those pool tokens are fully sold out. Now there's only 5,900 of them left. But how does this work? You only need to qualify once. Then all of your active pool tokens divided by the active pool tokens of all of the members who qualified, not all of the active pool tokens, all of the active pool tokens exclusively of the people who qualified. So your proportion of that gives you your proportion in 1 million super, and that is airdropped into your account. So that could be significant value if and on itself. The pool bonus, let's drill down through this. Right now, we know we have in excess of 50,000 active creators. And I say active because these are the people who have acquired at least 1 loot box. We know there's 5,900 pool tokens left available. That means at the absolute maximum, another 2,000 creators can qualify from today and qualify to then share in those 1 million super. So that's really important to understand. It's not the fact that there's 5,900. Understand that only 2,000 other creators can access this. And if we see platinums going through and diamonds going through, we're going to cut that down significantly. And that is just based on if 2,000 creators sold 2 gold loot boxes and qualified, that would be 3 pool tokens issued in each batch of that. There's 6,000 pool tokens, game over. So if you sell 2 gold, you get 1 pool token. You can earn up to $600 in creator bonuses. We know those creator bonuses are paid instantly. And if you've got your external wallet connected, it's straight out of the platform into your control. When it's seeded, based on the 1 pool token, there's 625 in potential annual bonuses coming your way and a valuation of around 31,000 if we get that 3 million players spending just $1 a day. Right, so how are we going to put some excitement around this? During the course of April, we're introducing another promotion to add a little bit of spice to the leaderboard, and it's our NFT reward. And the idea here is we're racing to platinum. So each Sunday at 11:59 UTC, that's the easiest way to say midnight, we will be awarding an NFT to the top creator on the pool bonus leaderboard, which is a real mouthful. On the 9th of April, it'll be a bronze NFT allocated. On the 16th of April, it'll be a silver. On the 23rd of April, it'll be a gold, and on the 30th of April, it'll be platinum. Now, I should have put a little disclaimer on the bottom. I think you'll find that Mbappé's already sold out. It's the voucher you'll get, but make sure everybody understands what we're getting at here. So the big question is, are you ready for all of this to happen? And with that, I'll quickly hand it back to Kev.
Thanks very much, Dave. Very well explained. Just think about that for a minute. That by sponsoring 2 gold loot boxes, and this can be existing members who buy another gold loot box, or 2 of them, or it could be one new person that buys 2 or 2 new people. The future value of the pool tokens from that is $31,250. That's $15,000 in future revenue, US dollars, that we get for signing up 2 gold loot boxes this month, or until this promotion finishes. So that's really, really exciting. And, the value in the pool tokens is absolutely enormous. So I'm now going to introduce, and most of you might know Kira Polly from Ireland, and she's going to go through and give us a shot of the arm, a shot of enthusiasm, and this is before we get Andreas on the call a little bit later. And she's been in this business for a long time. She's very, very experienced, and she's got some great ideas to how to inject some enthusiasm into building our businesses, but opening our mind to the potential of bringing on players and etc. into the future. So over to you, Kira.
Yes, I think that's me now.
Yeah.
Can you hear me okay now, Kevin? And can you see my screen?
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Perfect. Thanks very much. And Dave, what a fantastic presentation. And it's so good just to take a bit of time and recap on how exciting that bonus is, because I don't think a lot of us really realise the value in it. So really taking the time to break that down and to understand how we as creators can line our pockets over the next 4 weeks has certainly got me really refocused again. So hopefully today I will be able to get a bit of excitement going, a bit of motivation going, and take a bit of time just to step back and recap about the power of what we have in our hands. So bear with me, and hopefully we will have a nice little 10 minutes together. So what I'm going to talk about first of all is really looking at engaging our team again. So as we know, maybe we came on board over the last 9 months, 10 months. Some of us are here maybe 4 or 5 years, and my goodness, how exciting for you guys to see us about to go out into launch. Well, what I would say is sometimes we have to remind ourselves just it is our business, and it's really important for us to take a bit of time and revisit and make sure that we know what we have got with this product at hand. So just to re-engage yourself, first of all, just to ask you all, have you had a chance to experience a game? So as we go out to push the last sale of the pool tokens, we need to be able to know what the game looks like, what it feels like to play the game, what the graphics are like. So if you haven't had a chance, hop into your back office, hit that play button, and I'm sure you will do much better than what I have done to date, because boy, oh boy, I really know nothing about football at all. So as you will see, the game is fantastic. You will see that in the back office, it is much more aesthetically pleasing now. It's moving faster. So it is a good time to introduce a beta testing game to other people that might want to come into the business. It's important that you sit down and think about what your goals are going to be over the next sort of 90 days as well. Simply, we know that Andreas has hinted, and Alex and Andre, that we are very, very close to a big marketing campaign, and hopefully we'll hear about that today. So what are your goals going to be for the next sort of 90 days? What monetary value would you like to bring into your business? And what are the reasons why you're actually wanting that monetary value? So it could be a family holiday, it could be to clear debt, it could be just to have that extra money to meet the end of the monthly bills. Whatever it is, it's unique to you, but it's also unique to very many other people out there who could really, really benefit from this income opportunity coming into their pocket. So we need to get out there, we need to look at our goals, we need to reconnect and make a plan and really get to work as well. So what can we do to help you? Well, the company has been working really hard in the background with the leaders. And what we want to let you know is that we have so many tools in place to support you. So maybe it's been a while since you've been on one of the company presentations. If it has, get on board, get excited, hear about the pool tokens again, hear about the super tokens, see those spreadsheets with the potential predicted earnings. You will get that fire back in your belly and you will be delighted to get back into work again. Maybe you want to make sure you have those links saved so they're ready to send out. And you know that every Sunday or Monday, the week ahead calls go out through your email link. If you aren't on that, make sure you talk to your sponsors so we can get you added to that email link. Make sure you go back and revisit people maybe who you showed back at the very start of your journey with Super One, and maybe you just didn't have the knowledge that you have today. Go back and let them know how much further along in the process we are, how exciting it is, who our new partners are. Make sure you have a really good recorded presentation to hand as well. And I mean, Dave's presentations are absolutely exceptional, and we know that there's many of his recorded presentations available. So certainly that's the one that I would share with a lot of my prospects and people who are interested in having a look as well. Again, maybe it's that you need to upskill yourself and upskill your own knowledge base. We have the nuts and bolts training that run on a regular basis. Lots of us have our own internal team trainings as well. So tap in, ask the questions. We want to help you as much as possible, because as a collective, working together, bringing new people in, what it's going to do, it's going to help us increase the income for the company, which again will then drip down through the amazing binary structure that we have into our own pockets. So make sure you go back, revisit that, rewatch and reshare. It could basically be that you're just not totally sure on how those 7 income streams actually work. And just on that, 7 income streams, I mean, my goodness, how many companies out there have 7 distinct income streams, 4 of which are totally passive. And it's the passive that really draws so many people in. People want to put their money in a safe place that's going to grow and earn for them. And why not introduce them to this fantastic opportunity? So let's talk a little bit about getting ready for kickoff. Because as we know, we're very, very close. I'm so excited. We're nearly at the top of Everest, as I say to my team. We're very, very nearly there. So what are we going to do to draw those people in and make sure that we're going to optimize an opportunity over the next sort of 90 days? So let's think about this. Have you gone into your back office? Have you looked at your link? Have you maybe personalized it yet? I know certainly I have mine personalized, ready to do my own campaign once we know the game is ready to go. Have your messages ready? Maybe you want us to do some training, and that's fine, to help you get some scripted messages ready to send out to your network. Maybe you want some support about looking at maybe some social media images, maybe some stories on Instagram or Facebook to build up the momentum. Let us know what we as leaders can do to help and support you to get that ready as well. Make sure you have information ready in the background so that if you do bring somebody in, whether it's a player or a creator, that you have the step-by-step information to get them set up and running as quickly as possible. And what I always say to people is, think back to when Facebook first started. When Facebook first started, maybe you invited a few of your friends. And if you look now, either on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn or some of the other platforms, Telegram, how many people are you connected with? Well, our game is exactly like this. You introduce one person to play this game, they get excited, they love it, the ripple effect goes absolutely crazy. But what you want to be sure of is that they are all feeding off your initial link, and it's cascading down, because then they are in your binary, and that is going to be a beautiful little income earner for you as the years progress and the game gets much more busy with the different types of sports, media and entertainment. So that's all about getting yourself organized for your player acquisition as well. So I want you just to think outside of the box a little bit too. So yes, you have your own network. Yes, you have maybe family and friends, but think about how we can help other people earn an additional income too. I know certainly in my own area, we have lots of Gaelic clubs, we have lots of football clubs, we have got lots of women's football clubs, we have hockey clubs, we have cricket clubs, and they are forever doing fundraising. Why would you not go out, present this amazing opportunity to them, get them to enjoy the game and say, hey, there's a way I can help you monetize this and bring an additional income in for you and your club. Such an easy option, and they will embrace it and they will be so happy to get stuck in and earn that extra income. Maybe you want to visit some of the bigger clubs, stand outside after a football match, hand out flyers, get your flyers ready, make sure your link's on it, change it into a QR code, just like we're doing at the minute with some of the company calls. So there's so many different ways you can be getting prepared at the minute. So maybe you're sitting thinking, oh my goodness, I wish everyone was live. What I'm saying is, oh my goodness, I'm so glad that we're not live just yet, because I have a bit more preparation work that I need to get in place. Maybe you have your local pub. Why not talk to them about doing quiz nights? We know as the game progresses, they'll be able to organise that for themselves too. And again, there's a monetary value that could come back to them. So then maybe you're like me, a bit of a social media person. I know that I've joined lots of different fan groups all around the sports world. Not that I know much about sports, but I know that once the game goes live, I'll be reaching out to the admin saying, hey, do you know what? I'd love to show you an opportunity that you can maybe monetize from for you and your fans. Could you test this out? Let me know what things, and get all of them on board. Some of those football fan pages have thousands upon thousands upon thousands of fans out there. So whether it's little steps or big steps, if you want to talk to one person or reach out to a network with maybe tens of thousands of people, well, that gift is within your hand. And what you can do is you can just really get to work, put a bit of effort in. Maybe after this, sit down, think about your goals, visualize what income you want to have by the end of the year, and then put a step-by-step plan in place. It's just like getting into your car, putting your car in first gear and starting to drive off. Why not get it right up to sixth gear and get your business really, really moving on? So that's really all I wanted to share with you guys today. So I'm going to hand back to Kevin, and he will take it from here. Thanks, Kevin.
That's absolutely fantastic, Gareth. Thank you very, very much. It's just opening up your mind to what the potential markets are. To monetize clubs, for example, to be able to raise money for any sort of social club or children's sporting club, or it doesn't matter, and that's a really, really good tip. So I really appreciate that. And I like the idea of once again, it's all about goal setting, the 90-day goal, and making a plan, and we all, have ideas of what we can do, but when you're committed to paper, when you actually make that goal, it makes a tremendous difference. And maybe to do it as a group, to keep each other accountable. That's another way to help all of us to reach our goals. And the other thing from that too, and it's something I need to do, is update my LinkedIn. I haven't done that for that long, I can't remember. But what business can we get from that just by updating that and contacting people we know within those business groups as well. Okay, so I don't think we're quite ready for Andreas at the moment. On the other thing too, as Kira said, that how long since you've actually logged on, and I'm not sure people are actually aware of this. With the tokens we've got, the super tokens, they attract 10% of all the revenue that comes into the business. However, if you haven't logged on for the last 30 within the last 30 days, that 10% revenue, or the 10% staking bonus for your your super tokens actually stops. But it's more than that. It also is part of the security infrastructure of the whole platform. Every time you log in, it increases and locks in the security for how the whole system works. So everybody needs to log in at least every 30 days if they possibly can, and to maximize what you're getting out of it. And not only that, it's the company wants us involved. They want not just to be passive. I know that we've got people that have come on board that are passive, and that's absolutely fine. But really, for us at the moment, it's been active. That's where the money is. It's building our business, but it's just been involved, being part of the team. But every time you log on and you see the increase on the amount of tokens you've got, it's just something that that business is growing for you while you're sleeping. That's what I love about that. So I think it's going to be 4 or 5 minutes before the other fellas jump on. So does anybody have any questions in relation to the pool tokens specifically, please? You can either ask the question in the chat, or you can raise your hand and we'll unmute you and try to answer those questions for you, and I'm sure we can. just if there's any misunderstanding or not quite understanding the significance of the value of those pool tokens, this is the time to put your hand up and ask if you would like. So is there anybody who's got any questions, please? Yes, David. You'd like to unmute, please.
Hi, Tim. Thanks for the opportunity. The question is not related directly to the pool tokens. I just wanted to ask Kyra and Amanda if they would look into the gamers' maybe point of view in terms of also benefiting from the opportunities that they're presenting in terms of the tokens. Will they allow us to use our games earnings to buy these packages, like the gold packs that you're talking about? We understand that they are still working on the wallets for the reasons that they're making sense to all of us. But at the same time, for us as gamers and creators, in terms of being a gamer, I can use that to bring more people, because where the market that we're serving, the people want to see results. But as a creator, whereby I'm going to say, spend $1,000 and buy this loot box because the company is going to launch very soon. This is equivalent to this and that. But I don't have that, and I'm showing him a wallet which is sitting with $3,000. So I'm just pleading, could you look into that? Because it will also give us momentum to go out and say, as a gamer, the platform, the games will launch on the 24th. My contribution in terms of contributing as a gamer, in terms of the company, fixing the game and stuff, this is what I have earned, and they have given me an opportunity to use that in terms of acquiring the current promotions that they are running. Thank you.
No problem. Well, thank you for that question, if I understand correctly. So the question is pretty much in terms of our games winnings, so all of that money you've got sitting in your game wallet, you're wanting to actually utilize that and convert it into loot boxes rather than just simply cash out. So my answer is to you, yes, I am more than happy to speak to the company in regards to that. So leave that with me, watch this space, and yes, you might be pleasantly surprised with some of the things that we've got potentially coming over the next month. You have to understand that that game wallet is actually an entirely separate platform to the creators platform because of its integration with the App Store, hence why there has been this time frame on it. But yes, I would definitely put that to the company and see what we can do in regards to those winnings being converted into the loot boxes.
Thanks very much, Amanda. A
No
question
problem.
in the chat is, what happens when the pool tokens are fully seeded to 10? Does it stop seeding? And does the gold loot box expire? Does one need to repurchase the gold? No, you don't. So once you've it's seeded to 10, they're yours forever. But it does stop seeding. It's a maximum, one pool token grows to 10, but the gold loot box does not expire, okay? But you can buy as many as you like over time. That's not a problem. Okay.
So I've got a question above that one. Is what is the difference between the valuation total and the pool bonus as well? So Dave, or
Dave, you want to take that one?
In very simple terms, the pool bonus is the combination of all those little micro payments you get. So if you look in your notification, you'll see the super pool bonus if you're holding pool tokens. And that's what the bonus is. So we're anticipating that with 3 million players spending $1 a day over 12 months, each pool token you'll see an aggregate of $62.50 in tiny little micro payments. We add them all up, $62.50 when your pool tokens are fully seeded, $625. That's our expectation.
In actual fact, sorry about to jump in there, Dave. In actual fact, one of the things that we've kind of missed that is really probably one of the most significant things about the pool token is, and when we're breaking down the difference between the super and the pool token, is that the pool tokens are being paid instantly in Ripple now. The super tokens are in additional super token. So I'll hand back to you. Sorry, I just had to jump in on.
No, that's a great point, and very, very important. The value then of the token. So as I said, ultimately the market will determine the value of the token, and it's based on what somebody's prepared to buy, a pool token that you might be offering to sell. But we anticipate that based on that price to earnings ratio of 50, which seems reasonable for this type of business, that could be as high as $3,000 per token. So a gold loot box, 1 pool token, fully seeded, 10 pool tokens, 10 times 3,125 is a potential valuation. So hopefully that gives you the difference between the two.
Thanks very much, Dave. And Glenn's got his hand up. If you'd like to unmute Glenn and ask your question, please.
Yes, I joined this about over 6 months ago, and I'm not into all. I don't really know all this stuff going on, and all I've made is $46, and over 6 months, and here now like 625, 31 grand, and I'm making this is super. You've made 15p today, 19p today, 20p. I'm on the gold package, so and I'm like, it's just above me all these here number games because I'm not making nothing. I'm making pennies a day.
All right. Okay. So Glenn, the reason for that is the game hasn't launched yet. Okay. What the income you are receiving is exactly what Dave was talking about, is from the pool token income every time a loot box is sold. Okay, so the fact that the game is not launched and we don't have paying players is the reason you're not getting paid. So based on the 3 million players paying $1 a day, for every super token you've got, you'll earn 10 cents every year. For every pool token you've got, you'll earn $62.50 per year. But then there's a value of those tokens as they go up. And as Dave has been through in the presentation, each of your pool tokens potentially has a value of $3,125, and potentially every super token you've got will have a value of around about $5. But the market will set the price for those. So so the reason that none of us are earning income streams at the moment, unless we're building a business and sponsoring people, is because the game hasn't started. So you've got the assets, and the assets will produce the income once the game gets up and going. And we're about to get an update from Andreas and Alex and Andre as to where the business is up to, and we know we're getting very, very close to that actually happening. But thanks very much for your question, Glenn.
And thank you. So just before I go, when is it meant to go live, the game, or when should I expect to make anything on it?
Okay, well, let's wait for the founders to give us an update on that. Yeah, okay. It'll be on very shortly. Yeah. Okay, I don't think they're on the call yet. Dave, are they?
No, we haven't seen them.
Right.
We've still got some questions in the chat, which I'm trying to find to make sure that we've covered them. If you've got any of them that are... somebody asked about the pool tokens and the seeding. So the seeding is a 1 to 10. So if you buy a gold loot box, you'll get issued 1 pool token. And what the seeding means is you'll get a little bit extra, so a portion of a pool token added every day for 12 months until your 1 equals 10. If it's a platinum, it's 13 to 130, and if it's diamond, it's 70 goes to 700. That will also, the minute you get 1 pool token and it grows, then you're starting to share in those micro payments. The main revenue stream from the micro payments at this point in time is the creator loot box sales. So as each creator loot box is sold on the platform, everybody that's holding a pool token gets a micro payment, and they're what you're seeing. So that really is dictating the revenue stream. And as Kevin said, once the game's open, then there'll be revenue streams coming from multiple other different points. In terms of tokens being locked and unlocked, everything at the moment is locked on the platform. And that won't be unlocked for a little time yet. It's important that they stay locked so that you stay in the staking. That's one thing. And in terms of the super, it is planned at some point in the future, and we don't have a specific date, nor are we trying to predict a date. The super tokens will be listed, and at the point they are listed on external exchanges, then there is a structured vesting program. And what that means is there's a structured program on when the super tokens in each one of our accounts become unlocked. That means we are able, if we choose to move them off the platform into the open market. But to generate the token bonus for the super and the pool token bonus, they need to remain staked on the platform. So I think, hopefully, I've covered about 3 questions in one.
Yes, so there was a question here in relation to a gold loot box with the tokens being unlocked in May. This was assuming the listing of the tokens back in December, okay? Obviously, because of where the market has been and because of where we're up to with the game, the listing of the tokens hasn't happened at this point in time, and the vesting period will happen after that time. So definitely won't be in May. It all goes back to when the tokens are going to be listed. And if you've got gold, it'll be 4 months from the time of listing before they're available to be unlocked and before you can sell them on the market. Okay. Someone's asked also, yes, in the early release of the pool tokens, for every one you received, you actually got 40. Okay, so if you're in that early release for the pool tokens, in the first 400,000, I think it was, for every pool token you got, you'll end up with 40 over a 12-month period. Okay, so what
okay, Gavin, we've got the Stians here. We'll get Dave to co-host and welcome them to the call for the much anticipated update on all of the exciting things that they have been up to the past month, and we will go from there.
Okay, so I've got Andre. I'm just looking for Alex.
They're both under Stian, under S. So in answer to your question, just while David's doing that, Danielle, in terms of the pool token, please explain the term seeding. So essentially, the seeding is just basically your tokens will grow over the period of a year into more tokens. Okay, so if you buy gold and you get 1 token, seeding in the first tranche, as we said, seeding to 40. Over a period of a year, those pool tokens will grow essentially or seed out to a total of 40 tokens. So it'll go from 1 to 40. If you're in the second and third issue of the pool token promotion, 1 to 10. Okay, so that's all that happens, is they just multiply over the period of 12 months.
Okay, so who are we going to introduce first onto?
Well, we have Andre co-hosted and...
Hello, guys.
Hello.
If Alex could put his hand up, that would be appreciated.
Alex, pop your hand up for David. He's trying to...
Hello, guys. Good to see you all.
Andre, welcome.
Unmuting and putting on the video. I don't know. I saw Alex here, but I don't know if he's still here.
So, Dave, we've got 103 in the call. Is there a max of how many we can have? Is that an issue?
Yeah, I bumped it to 500 this morning.
Okay.
So, Dave, you'll be able to see Alex under super.1 stands. So look under S.
Yeah, I think Alex is here as well.
Yeah.
So, Andre, do you want to kick off?
Under super.1, Stian Alexander.
Got
So
it.
while we're doing
Yes, I think. I'm used to Alex kicking off, updating up the game. We can probably start with him because you know how it is. He have a lot more to say than me.
He's got things to get off his chest. Yeah.
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 So if he's here, let's see if we can get him
co-hosted.
co-hosted. Yeah.
While we're waiting to do that, I just want to maybe give a little bit of a testimonial, if that's okay.
That'd be great.
Awesome. Okay, so we did a call the other night, and we sort of mixed it up a little bit. And we were asked on the call, why did we join, and what are we looking forward to? So for me, I was looking for obviously I've had some experience and not such good experiences in this space. And what I wanted to look for was something that was an early retirement, because I don't want to work until I'm 53. Who wants to do that? But my good friend and upline, that we had this plan or this, I guess, connection that we were going to find our $5 million project. And I remember getting the message saying, "Hey, feast your eyes on this." And it was the video call that Alex and Andre were both doing. And I just fell in love with the whole concept. And what I really loved about it was a passive income where I could make money while I was sleeping. So that was a big tick for me. The other big tick for me was that we had access to the owners, and I'm so grateful for the fact that we have the access that we do, and you come and help us out whenever we need some help. And yeah, it was like I wanted to find something that didn't rely on crypto, and this is such a beautiful process, a project that, you know, that's not what it needs to have to back it. So I am just so grateful that I have been able to get on board with this when I have, be a part of the growing community. And the one thing I have actually got out of this is the community and the people that I've met, and just the connections that we make with everybody worldwide. I mean, I'm talking to people from all over the world that I would never have met, and this is what I love about this whole business. And just the potential it has for all of us. So I'm so grateful for you guys. Thank you for having this vision. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of this vision and sharing it and helping you grow this, and truly allow us to help you see it come to fruition. So thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Liz. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Miss. I got a message from Alex. I think he has some problems with Wi-Fi again. So
he has, but we've got him in. So we have him there. Are you there? Give us a pling pling, Alex, if you're still on.
Amanda, can you please co-host Andreas as well? Andreas is also.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Alex,
I think we're going to let Andreas start, so we are not going to fire up too much. I don't know what we are allowed to say and are not allowed to say now, because there's some stuff coming.
Absolutely. Well,
You
guys.
can let Andreas take the word today.
Yeah, we're amazingly lucky to have Andreas, the founder, with us also today. So without further ado, Andreas, are you there? We'll introduce you. We're all very keen to hear what has been happening on your side of the world.
Well, Amanda, how are you today? Thanks for hosting this today. It's amazing. I mean, we have been very hard at work in this year, and there is a lot of cool things coming. I'm gonna touch base with a few of them now to give you some anchor points what we're doing. So basically, I mean, from the concept, from the broader perspective, I participated in Paris Blockchain Week last week. And what we are doing is so just up the alley of the whole industry in the blockchain industry and the gaming industry. We are positioning ourselves between what's called Web 2 and Web 3. We are using centralized apps in the App Store to reach millions and millions of people, or actually billions of people. And that's the strategy that let's say many of the others endorse. So it's really cool. And I'm also extremely excited today because yesterday we had a long meeting with Stians and me with one of the leading blockchains in the world. And we are looking into a very close partnership coming up. So there are some amazing stuff going on the more strategic level. And also this week we have been working closely with Goal about the new campaign we're gonna release when it comes towards the end of May. And that campaign is just hilarious. It's gonna put us on the lips and the eyeballs of billions of people also outside the football world. It involves some of the best players in the world and some of the best clubs. So it's really amazing. And Goal has also now reached more than 800 million monthly users. So the branding campaign we did in 2022 was just a little taste. It put us in front of many people as a brand, but it was not actually meant to really enroll a lot of players. So the process we had over the past 3 months has been to tune the game. There are so many things we're doing, and there are also things that we have looked into what we have done, and we changed it a little bit or adjusted it. That's the whole process of what we're doing. So now by the end of April, it's a Fool's Day today, by the end of this month, we will have a really full-fledged game ready to really rock. And there are some features I would like to touch base. We have launched Freeze. We are launching Show, which is the new version of Swap. You're showing, like in Who Wanna Be a Millionaire, you show the past results of a lot of people. But we have taken it much more, because now comes multi-language. We have already created the app in 60 languages. So it covers more than 90% of the native tongue in the world. And that's really cool. So in the app itself, the navigation and everything has been manually translated, while the questions are being translated by 3 different automated translation, and they are supported also by manual translation. So it's very high quality. And we have been working also with the newest version of ChatGPT to create even more cool stuff. So we are very much developing the product from that point of view, so it can be used by everyone around the world. So the multi-language is really, really cool stuff. And of course, we're coming with the wallets and bonuses, but those have been a little bit taken more time is the reason, because we're doing them in 60 languages. So that's why things take a little bit more time. So it will come next week, and also the languages will come next week. Then we prepared the 6 top clubs. We are actually working on 7 and 8 now, but we prepared, it's already there, it's staged, that will also open, it's ready to be deployed. It's just about Apple and shuffling the cards, sort of. So that's something really imminent now. Over the next week or so, we will have multi-language, we will have the 6 clubs, we will have new wallet and bonuses. So that's really, really cool stuff. And further, we are working with the map solution and the chat solution, which will also come as a part of the more long term. Further, we are in close negotiations. We are already close to negotiations, but we haven't inked the paper, to be honest. But it's coming now the next probably 72 hours for doing cricket in India. And not only India, but cricket has a World Cup coming on in October and November. We're going to go deeply into cricket. Has more than 2 billion crazy fans all over the world. So we will start creating now cricket. We are increasing our team in India, and we will start creating cricket content. So that's another additive to our proposition this autumn. So I think that this summer, where we boost out the football and we follow up in Q3 with cricket, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be really cool. And the good thing is what we see of the engagement rate. I have talked about Colin McCullough before from South Africa. I did some look up on his statistics now. And oh God, if we get 1 million of Colin, it's going to be crazy. We have been played earlier this week. We have been live continuously for 2,350 hours. And Colin played more than 3,500 times, meaning he played one game every 1.55 games every hour. We have been live since December. So imagine that engagement rate. He's also winning prizes because we haven't really pulled in all the heavy questions, etc. yet. He's winning 1.25 prizes every hour. So that kind of engagement rate is what really drives our belief and our day. I mean, it's crazy. And when you see this kind of thing, we are also coming now with leaderboards. That's going to be very part of the competitive experience. We're going to have global leaderboard. That's the first edition that comes up. Then we're going to have local leaderboard, and we are also coming with friends leaderboard. So connected to your Facebook, you will be able to see where you are compared with your Facebook friends and peers. So that's really amazing stuff. And so the product itself, we are working meticulously to just improve. And I know that many of you have been a little bit impatient and say, oh, it doesn't this. It takes time to do this. If you look on other products out there in the tech space, there is a lot of things. And always when we develop these things, we have actually been very happy with what we have released. There has been a lot of different bugs, etc., but that's expected. And it's also very much connected to the different handsets we are targeting. I mean, one thing is developing for Apple because they have a very ecosystem is very good and it's updated. But when you get to Android, you find a lot of different distributions of Android all over the world, and in particularly in developing countries. So there is a lot of things happening around these things that you don't see, but take a lot of time. So we've been kind of tuning. We also optimized the whole the question management system we have. We have been optimizing the algorithms, so it's much better. We have been dealing heavily with what we call tagging, which is how we pull out questions, etc. And we had some things we did before that wasn't good enough. We need to do it better. So there's a lot of manual work taking place within these things. But the good thing about this is that we do all this in a very solid way. It means that any competition trying to replicate what we're doing is not so easy, because this is based now on not only on a vision, but also on experience and statistics and on actually a proven track record. So if you look on the platform itself, we have more than 250 million transactions going on, and we've done 90 million staking transactions, whereas nearly 30 million in XRP. So we are a highly performant platform from a technical point of view. As we move forward, we were discussing how, like yesterday, we discussed with the blockchain how many transactions we will have on a daily basis. And we are pitching 50 to 100 million. So it's crazy numbers. So from a tech point of view and from a development point of view, it's going very well. One thing I can admit is our bottleneck is probably the Unity developer, not developers in general, but the Unity developer that develops the game itself. Unity is a language we're using for the game, a framework. And getting a really good Unity developers has been a kind of bottleneck, to be honest. We employed a new one yesterday after we started interviewing 37 candidates. They need to be together with our team in Noida, in India, and they need to be very clever, because what we're doing is high-end stuff. It's not like you know a little bit about it. You have to be deep into it. So that's been a little bit of challenge. We employed 2 new Unity to our team the past 5 weeks. So that's good. We are increasing the capacity as soon as we can, and that's really amazing. And as I told about cricket, we're going to open a separate entity in India for doing the cricket questions, etc. I mean, India is the main place for cricket in the world, combined with Pakistan, Bangladesh, Australia, New Zealand, and UK. So it's a really is a huge game. I mean, it's really engaging. So we're looking forward to. And there is one more thing coming. When we have all the tooling in the game developed, we have or released. It's developed, but released. We will turn on. Now you're getting freeze and passes and show for free. that will not last too long. So already in June, we are preparing now to monetize the app by having $1, you will get 30 consumables. So we will start making money from the consumables in the app already in a couple of months. And we actually expect this to monetize heavily. And when you see all this engagement coming with the leaderboard, with the 6-7 new clubs, and all this looking forward also into cricket, we will probably have many million people that's spending hopefully $1 a day, which is my target. Or our targets. So we already done this, we are already in process, and that will be purchased through the App Store. So we will have monetization coming from the consumables coming up in not too long time. And that's important because in this, you can say, rough world with wars in Europe and with bank crisis and everything, we want to get cash positive and self-propel. So that's important for the product itself to really prove its financial viability. So that's really cool, because then you will start making money from the NFTs, you will start making money through staking, and even more than you do now. So imagine if we can get to like our goal is for 2023 is to have 300,000 paying users. And if we have that, we have $150,000 net to share every day. That becomes amazing. And don't even dream if it really goes through the roof and we have millions, that's even better. But so we have been through also some corporate processes now with new partners and new listing partners, because definitely we need to have a corporate strategy related to this. And in Paris last week, I met with some of the major exchanges in the world. And what we are doing, we are trying to synchronize a listing together with the game promotion this summer. So we are trying, but as you all know, the crypto or the blockchain landscape, when it comes to exchanges, have tightened and has become more, been tightened over this year in the aftermath of FTX, etc. But it's not. We have a very good, solid setup, and we are doing this. We are in due diligence with some of these exchanges now, and we also have offering from one. So what we will do, we will get the token listed, then we will have a rollout of our vesting scheme, etc. So that will follow after the game. So we will have a magnificent campaign going on the international scale with a lot of media coverage. It's going to be crazy. I can't tell you all the details, but it's going to be something that you will read about, not only in the football press. It's something really cool. That will also spark the listing process. So we will have a listing, and then we will roll up. We have a long-term view, so we are not here to just push up the token price for a short period of time. We want to keep that coming throughout the autumn, and to get most of you vested, so you're able to trade your token if you want to do that. We are not here to hold back, but we are here to do it in a proper way. So we have an agreement already with Azure on trading when it comes to market making. We are also now negotiating with 2 more. So there are some really cool developments, and we can all wish that this had happened yesterday or last year. But it is what it is, and things take a little bit more time when you get into it. We walk the talk here in Super One, and that takes a little bit more effort. We work effortlessly every day, basically, and it is really cool to see how our project is now perceived by third parties that we haven't spoken to before. When we talk to exchanges, when we talk to blockchains, we have a lot of good stuff to bring to them. We have a lot of users, we have a lot of transactions. So we are highly, how should I say, we have dressed the bride. We are highly attractive as a concept to join up with. And as we move forward, it will be even better. So that concludes my little update. Yeah, I just look at my notes. I think I covered most of it. So it is amazing. I also want to say something. We had this promotion that we prolonged, and I understand that was a little bit the miscommunication. So we're going to take down the one of the promotion, the loot box sales. We're going to end that by yesterday. So we're going to do that on Monday. We don't have team on duty this Palm weekend, so we're going to do that. But we're going to continue with the pool promotion. So that's short here from our office in Norway, and it's looking good. It's amazing. So all of you are impatient to get the success. We are also that. So we're really looking into this and how. But again, I will bring back Colin, because we have done analysis of I mean, we have many players, but why we did Colin, because we started looking into him, and when you see that engagement number, that stickiness, that the way he plays, how much is, I mean, imagine as we move forward, we're going to have 1 million Collins or 3 million Collins, and we're going to have opened the game verse with the battle world and all this. It's going to have an engagement that is way beyond. It's just crazy how people are. So like Stian often talk about the leaderboard, that's also we have some amazing stuff coming on the leaderboard, and we're also doing something together with Gold when it comes to leaderboard about real-time publishing of leaderboard, etc. So there is a lot of really great stuff coming that will further cement and propel our success. So success isn't made in a second, it takes a little bit more time, and we appreciate all your continued support. We're gonna do ours, the best effort we always do, and I mean, we are heavily invested into this together with you. We are a team, all of us here, whether it be in the office or Stian's or Jakarta or India or even all the creators, 50,000 around the world. We are a team in a very big world, and I think we can really bring this to the moon together. I'm really excited about this. So that's where we are.
Just want to say one thing. Thank you, Andreas, for updating. And Tracy Marley, congratulations. You've done a great job. 103 loot boxes. You beat me. So I should have worked harder, but this is really good. I just want to say one thing, because there's a lot of cool. We had a lot of great meetings now the last weeks, me and Andreas and Andre, and it's been crazy. The people we are sitting in front of, and we are halfway, and they're coming with, okay, what's the next step? Boom. So I see there's a lot of things going on, and we have something cool. And I don't know if I can say it, but the thing with the cricket is because we have one founder of the biggest gaming companies in the world who want to join us. So
you cannot say it.
I cannot say it. I just say, well, one of the biggest. You don't know what, but it's cool when you see these people just love what we are doing. So it is fun. It is super fun. And I can also say the leaderboard. When you see the leaderboard, it's gonna fire up. I haven't slept. I didn't sleep the next few days. So it's a lot of fun things coming. Trust me.
Yeah, I can confirm that we have a lot of meetings these days and a lot of good meetings. I think it's always a process, sitting in front of these guys, the BC guys, and it's not so easy to understand. There's a lot of details in Super One, so it takes a little bit of time, but everybody is blown away about what we're doing. So I think within a couple of weeks, we will have good traction. And I saw there was a question in the chat, I think, how can you be involved? And then last time I was on a call, I mentioned that, reach out to Dave or Kevin if you want to have more information, and you get it from them.
The cool thing is the partnerships we are entering. One thing is the Stian talk about. We have a new program we call Partners, which is bringing in stars and experienced people, resourceful people. So like he say, we are talking to some really gaming professionals, gaming legends, I will say. We are also in close relation with football legends. and cricket legends. So we're going to have a whole new all-star team coming in, catering a whole new thing. I can tell you one thing in football, which is a little bit of secret. We are launching something we call Super 11, which will be the top 11 influencers within the football industry. And 11 is a very magical number in football. Because of that, we will also have it in cricket. So the thing is, we are bringing in some of the shakers and movers in the football. We are bringing in legends from the top clubs in the world. And what is really, really cool to see is their engagement when they look at it, when they play the game. And I've been in meetings with some of these footballers, and I am no footballer at all. But to see their engagement, how their eyes are glowing. We also got some new partners coming, not partners, but that have we have footballers on the national team in Norway that kind of came to us and said, hey, we want to invest and be part of this. And that's the young guys, that's professional players in their early 20s. So it's amazing to see the engagement and how this is going to kick off. And altogether, this is going to be that's what's the coolest thing is about how the product and the game itself, when they're even testing the game and when they see the potential, how they're kind of lighten up and become really excited. And you have to not forget about this, the competitive edge between these guys and girls is crazy, because they are used to fight on the field. Now they fight on their mobile, and you see how that I'm better than you, I gotta be that, I'm beating you, all that. We are now we have designed all this, but we are deploying it with a connection to Facebook, and how we can share and how we can invite your friends and how we can beat your friends. That's a massive update to our platform. So yeah, there is a lot of cool things, and we're doing this all-star thing where we're enrolling people coming in on especially we heard about the STAR program, and we have started the STAR program. So we started that. We haven't told you anything yet. We can't tell you, but we are about to close major deals from major footballers and major cricket players. So that's just a little bit too exciting for Stian to all the the secrets.
But Bob said that their promotion idea they had, I was blown.
Yeah.
It's like, this is big. This is like all the news channels all around the world will talk about this. It is massive. The thing they created is everybody will know Super One. Trust me, all the football players in the world and all the fans and the people, they will know what it is. And
Let's leave it there. Let's leave it there. Don't go into detail. So, any questions for me?
Guys, you have a unique opportunity to obviously have all three on a call at once. Alex, Andre, and Andreas, the triple A's, as I like to call them. So don't be shy. If you are shy, pop your question directly in the chat. We can read it out for you, or pop your hand up and we will ask you to unmute.
Dave, I'll get you to unmute.
Hi guys, thanks for coming on. You mentioned before, was it June or July that you thought the paid game would start? Is that still a bit flexible, or you are kind of confident?
It's not the paid game that's starting. It's starting to pay for consumables. That means that you're getting 3 free passes, freeze, and show in every game, and lives. Okay, lives we will not monetize because that's not good for gaming. But the 3 pass, freeze, and show, now you get 3 in every game. We will change so you can get 3 only every 24 hour or every 12 hours. There's a little bit discussion going on. So you have unlimited access to the free tooling, meaning if you want more tooling, you can buy $1, you get 30 more tools. That will give you 3.3 games to play with full tooling. So what we are aiming at is to have people to spend hopefully $2 a day. That's what we're aiming at. that they buying this for like 2-3 games every day.
So
And that's the monetization. We will have paid games also, of course, but that's following that. First, we're going to monetize the free games with paid tooling.
all right. Thank you.
And I can take a little bit of calculation, because that's always funny. And like I said, if we get 300,000 people to spend $1 a day, and we have 50% margin being paid to everyone, that's actually $150,000 being spread, $30,000 every day, which is close to $1,200 every hour in staking. So it is a huge potential, and 300,000 is not much. If you include the football fans, the cricket fans, you can probably put a 0 behind or a 1 in front. And so the potential for this is crazy, and that's even without advertising and even without paid games. So the small monetization, or the small purchases, the micro transactions we're doing here, is going to be crazy. So, but let us do it. We will do that. I think we will already do it in the end of May, June, together with the campaign, because the whole point is when we do that campaign, this is available. We already have done it from a technical point of view. So it's more about strategizing and launching. So yeah, that's it.
So now it's a good time to start getting more NFTs, because when we open and bring in all the fans and everybody wants the NFTs, the thing is, when we open this, you will start getting plings with cash in your phone in real time before we open it.
We created some new algorithms earlier in March for how we're going to do the NFT deployment, and it's coming now, and it's going to be crazy. So that's in our talks with the blockchain that we spoke yesterday. We had very deep talks about the volume we're coming with, because the volume we are represent is pretty large in a blockchain perspective. So we need a very performant blockchain to host our big volume of transactions, and we have one, and they are coming in as partners. So that's going to be really, really cool. We have been we also are good friends with Ripple. I met with their European management in Paris. But Ripple is still having the issue with the SEC commission in US. So they are not allowed in US to be traded on exchanges, etc. So we're probably going to add more features to that, more alternatives. We're going to stay Ripple, but we're going to do another more performant blockchain when it comes to the NFTs. We're also entering, we have USDC. We are also now deploying withdrawals in USDC. We're going to add the USDT, and we're going to have a lot of transactions coming, most likely in USDT also. So we're going to stay more in the stablecoin area. So that's what we're doing. I can speak for hours. So
Got a question from Kev, so we'll give you can give it for Kev.
I can ask a question. So, do we have a date for the campaign launch with Football Co at this point in time?
Yes, we have. Do you want to hear it?
Yes, please.
It goes towards the last 2 weeks of May. It's synchronized with the football season, and there is an end in the football season in the last week of May. Then there is a small window until the Champions League finals coming on in 10th of June. So we will start in that time frame, and we will continue through July, August, and further through the autumn. So we are in the midst of doing this campaign. Will be something really, really cool, but there's a lot of parties involved, so not everything is anchored yet, but it's going to be it is we have approval for what we're going to do. There's still a little bit of shuffling and work to be done, but it's looking really cool. So that's the goal thing. I mean, Goal is our main partner when it comes to football, and they're really doing. I can disclose a little bit about it. They're not only doing the pure promotion like we did with the branding. They are taking a much more center role in the whole Super One engaging. We will have their 500 journalists will be closely into this, and we're going to in particular deal with the top 6 clubs. We're going to have influencers from the 6 clubs. We are talking more game show style of things. So there is one main campaign we cannot speak about. That's going to hit the headlines all over the world. And that's really, I can give you a keyword, that's Richard Branson style. And then we have the game show kind of thing taking place both in studios and on site, on premise during gameplay. So during matches. So there are different activities that all gonna engage the people. So it's not just how should I say, a flat out marketing venue for digital marketing. They are engaging, they're coming closer to Super One. They are so amazed. I mean, if you see our main partnership director, if you were part of that meeting we had some days ago, he was like coming through the screen. It's just, they are like kids, you know, this is footballers. They are football fans. They are like small kids. In front of a candy store. It's just crazy to see how they have really come out with amazing stuff for us now. We've been bouncing ideas for a while, and now we had a meeting 2 weeks ago where I came with a lot of different ideas, and they came back after a week with just amazing stuff for how we can do things. So we are in the long term there, and imagine a country, in example, like South Korea. They have Tottenham is the biggest club in South Korea because they have one of their national players is a star on Tottenham. But I mean, the engagement you see in a country like South Korea, that also goes to the crypto. So when I spoke with exchanges now, the volume in South Korea in one exchange I'm dealing with is 20 times higher than Europe combined. So it says a little bit about the potential in Asia. We also definitely also in Japan. We have a lot of Japanese stakeholders. We have 10,000 in Japan, and we're dealing with that too. So yeah, it's just a lot. It's a lot. It's cool.
Thanks very much, Andreas.
Yeah.
Yep. Any other questions, folks?
And we are now going to keep this token price now through April. It's April Fool's Day today, so let's keep it for April. And but don't expect that to keep rolling. I mean, as we start getting into the market with the game and it starts rolling, we're going to turn off that cheap road into that. So, I mean, it's important position. We said this for a while, and it's going. We are moving forward, and we get a lot of appreciation. The market cap, the valuation of Super One and the token going forward is going to be pretty nice. I mean, this is all about economy, about the multiples. If you look to comparable tokens, yeah. So we are in good shape.
Okay. So someone's asked, a prediction, of course, which is you may not be able to answer. You've probably got a date in mind. But when the token may possibly be listed?
Like I said, we will list it. This is still contingent upon final schemes, but we will list it in the wake of our marketing campaign. So in the Q2 window, we expect to list.
I think we can say
Q2 window towards the end of Q2. Q2. That means let's say June, for argument's sake. Let's hold a button on June. And we're going to use all the buzz and the marketing we're doing towards the end of May or June. We're going to use that to list the token also. So we're going to do a combined thing. There are still some nuts and bolts to come together for this, but that's what we plan. Yes.
Awesome. Fantastic.
So that's then it will be. I mean, it's not only the listing itself. We could list tomorrow if it's that. I have an offer to list on an exchange with 7-8 million users tomorrow. I just sign it off and and connect the token. So that's not what we want. We're looking into top tier exchanges with somewhere like 25 to 30 million users. So we're looking into that, and we're looking also. I mean, we all want to list with Binance because it's the biggest one. But it's fair to say that Binance is very difficult to approach for listing. It takes time, and it is a kind of a very. There are Chinese walls between the listing department in Binance and their other operations. So yes, but we are on a journey towards Binance. That's the big thing. Meanwhile, we will probably list on a top tier 2 exchange. We'll create, and that's why I speak about Korea, Japan, the volume. We are concerned about deep liquidity. So that's, I mean, the whole exchange sort of market has been and is under attack from authorities. There's a lot of things. So we also have to procure. We're working with our lawyers in Gibraltar about how we do things from the legal perspective, that we are on safe turf with all that. That is a continued thing because the landscape is always changing. And yeah, so that's it. So I'm really excited. I mean, listing of the token, you don't want to sell that token in June. You're just going to look at your app and say, freak, what the hell is happening here? We have $1, $2, $3 on the token. That's really cool. Okay, we're not going to open for everyone to trade, but we're going to do that gradual, like we communicated. We have a long-term, not only vision, we have a long-term commitment. So I will sort of say that throughout 2023, we're going to build the equity story or the token story. We're going to build massive volume. We're going to add with a product that's actually working in the market, and it is getting this have a dimension that you probably haven't seen in the crypto industry before, because you had Axie Infinity and you had Sandbox and Decentraland. They all went up in November 2021, and then they kind of came down 90%. What we have is a product that just continue growing and growing and growing. And I mean, once we start plugging in other verticals, we can do cricket, we have basketball, American football, we have movies, we have music. I can say that we are already in discussions, and I met with them in November, one of the biggest music brands in the world. Okay, so we can't say too much about it, but they are instrumentally involved in basically all of the physical music arrangements around the world. So there are so many opportunities, but we have to do one thing at a time. Maybe not one thing, but we have to do the football first, and then it will cascade. It will just come more and more, because the framework we created now, dropping another club, is done in 10 seconds. We just enable it in the back office. So the content is probably, I won't say the content team we need to expand. We have about 20 people doing content now. That's a kind of a bottleneck if you look into it, because creating a club, there's a lot of things. All the pictures are actually being photoshopped, adjusted, handcrafted, made sure. And it's a lot of what we call tagging. So when you pull a question or a picture from a database, it has different tags. So there's a lot of algorithms that's running this, and it's a pretty complex thing. So imagine now we have like 50,000-60,000 questions out there, and they all have maybe 10 tags. So it's not so easy to, it's not a human thing. You have to have very stringent systems, and we have that. We had it also before, but we have needed to change a little bit the order of tagging with different parent tags and category tags. We needed to massage it a little bit, and that's why sometimes you see, in example, the same questions is coming back. It's about the stacking algorithm we do to flag a question, whether it's been showing to you before or not. That's also being updated all the time. So there's a lot of improvements that you really don't see in the app, and also coming, which goes to the technology. The database setup has been re-engineered into graph databases. So we have lightning fast queries, the loading, the optimization of the pictures into using WebP instead of JPEG or PNG. There's a lot of technical issues. Remember, this game at this scale has never been made before. The only one that we made was our initial beta game. Now we are really gearing up for high impact. So
I think this is one of the things that we as creators as well, are kind of completely unaware of, is just how much goes into the technical side of things. With all of the things that happen within the game, you don't just wave the magic wand and it happens. There's a lot of work, and it's said as the structures and scaling and everything gets in place, once those systems are established, rolling out new content, rolling out new subject is then going to be a lot more systematic and simpler. I am very cognitive of time and very cognitive of the value of your guys' time at the moment as well. I know how much you've got on your plates. So I will take just the last question from Tabo, has his hand up. We'll ask you to unmute. We'll take this as the last question, guys. We'll ask you to unmute. Thank you so much for all of the information that you've given us, Andreas. It's been incredible. Tabo, go ahead.
Thank you, guys. Thank you to the team and the management. I would like to ask if it could be possible that you could look into giving us gamers an opportunity to use our gaming winnings in terms of using them to buy packages. Because if we could do that, we can now attract gamers and say to them, this is the platform which I've been part of since this date, 24th December, up until now. And part of me playing this game, this is what I've managed to do. And by that time, I'll be able to do this and this and this. It will give us more momentum in terms of acquiring gamers because now sure.
Yeah, you mean like, we already have the $10 pack, which is a very low entry point for gamers to become creators, sort of. So what? Please explain a little bit more detail what you mean.
I think what he means there is that he's got quite a lot of earnings. He's got about $3,000 in earnings.
Oh yeah, you're asking about the winnings when we're going to start withdrawals. Yeah, that's a very is not so difficult, but it's related to the wallet and the bonus, the wallet update. Are we doing that? Are we gonna come to the market with that the withdrawal of those winnings? We also got to give you an offer you can't refuse to convert it into, for those of you who want. So you will be able to either convert it into, at a favorable thing, into creator loot boxes, or you want to just withdraw it. So it's more like a technical thing for us. Now we are in a beta phase. A lot of people played a lot, and we sort of going to open for those withdrawals. That's coming. It's not too far away. So it's just related to our technology, how we do it, and how we make sure that these winnings, how do we quality control them? How do we steer that? Because we have different balances in the wallet system. We have your creator balances, and some of them are also locked, while we have the game, which is currently locked. So it's just a balancing act, sort of, for how we're going to do it. So it's coming now with the wallet update. And we created the wallet design for this last autumn. Okay, we have been more than 3 months working on that design from a technical point of view. We have re-scripted the whole platform. It coming all from the database level all the way up, because the new wallet contain filters and stuff that was not there before. So now you're able to, you can dive into statistics. So we've been heavily involved in this, and we also been required to change it 2 or 3 times, not totally, but to adapt it, to we come up with new things and say, we're going to have this service, we're going to see we need this filter. So there is a lot of things that takes more time than you actually see on the surface. That includes the payout, which will come, and it will definitely come before we open the big campaign, and it will be live throughout the big campaign. So we are now aiming in for populous countries where we're going to also increase the prices. So we're going to now we are only on 10% of the prices. We're going to bump that up to the 100%. And when we do that, we're also looking into distributing prices to a larger amount of players, because we got some comments that, I didn't make it number 1, 2, or 3. and from the old algorithms or the previous version, we had the top 20% got some prizes. So we are looking into that. This is a little bit more business decision than technical decision. And once we have that sorted out, tested, or in April, we're rolling into May. Towards the end of May, we have a full-fledged system with just go crazy. So that's I don't even need to tell you, but once we open that floodgate for payout on a daily basis, it says bling, bling, bling in your phone, and that money is on your wallet. That's going to be crazy. So we haven't really started that yet because we are not prepared for it yet. We need to prepare. I mean, we have more features that's coming into the game. Like I said, show, which is, we had initially what we call swap. We changed it to show, where you see, same as in Who Want to Be a Millionaire, you see the past 100 answers for a question, and that takes a little bit of time. So what we have been doing now, we have been mining data or gathering data from all the gameplay. So all the players now, you will actually help us to create the show. So that's the data mining and the data gathering we're doing. So we have the database now for these questions. We can show, okay, what was the last 100,000 respondees in percentage. So there are a lot of these things. So we don't put on payment for consumables before we have all three of them ready, because they come bundled. So that's another, there's a lot of contingencies, there's a lot of dependencies in this system. At the same time, we do legal stuff, we do corporate stuff, we have new partners. I mean, we are, if not 24/7, we are 18/7 working on this. So it is really cool. And again, I appreciate all your patience. What you can rest assured is that what's coming out of the gate now is better and better every week or every day, actually. So
thanks very much, Andreas. We're very conscious of your time. Look, on behalf of everybody on the call, I want to thank the three of you for coming on. Thanks for your vision to start with and allowing us through the network to be part of this tremendous opportunity. And I know for a lot of us, we definitely see this as our future, and very proud to be associated with you and happy to support you in the way that we actually are. So thank you very much.
But what is the April Fool? It's 1st of April today.
Yep.
So what have we not told about? I have a secret for you.
Okay, tell us.
We made some really cool partner agreements. This is about stars, and we can say rock stars. So we signed on both Elvis Presley and Michael Jackson.
Well done.
They're going to be in the Gameverse. They're going to be in the tower, the rock tower. And you can play all the way to the top, and you will meet them. You will meet Elvis freaking Presley and Michael Jackson.
Okay.
No problem. It's there. You just have to get to the top.
Awesome. Well, again, can't thank you guys enough for making the time. Thank you, everybody who has joined us on the call. We hope that it has helped, answered a few of your questions, brought you up to date, and got you revived and excited about the pool token promotion that we have. So thank you all for joining us, and we shall see you.
Thank you. Enjoy the Easter.
Yeah, have a great day. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye from Norway.